You can clearly see that the settings of the roof are Archicad default settings, and then I will have to go to the roof and then change those settings. So what I normally do, I don't really like different layers. I make them like one layer, and then I'm like, okay, let me give it maybe 10 centimeters, and then I scroll down. I change all of this to gray as usual. So this is my type of style. That's how I like my drawing to look like in plan. So which you could also adapt if you wish to. And in the model, I prefer to use green shingle, roof asphalt shingle, these ones which are green, and then I link them. Let's not link them, but this is what I prefer. I prefer to have a green shingle roof. So this is what I have now. Okay. So then when you go to the ground floor, and then we go to window, we have to see all the tools. We go to the palettes and then to navigator in order to see the floors. So we come here and then we see the ground floor, and then we go to the first floor. When we go to the first floor, that's where we will see the roof. And then we have to make sure that we have a reference. To the lower part so that we can clearly see what is going on. We have to, when we are on the first floor, we have to see what is on the ground floor. So we have to set that reference. What we do, we come to this element trace, then we click on this pointing lower arrow, and then we choose a reference. We have to first escape. Okay, choosing a reference, activate the reference. Okay, let's first activate it. So you have to first activate it in once you are using Archicad 23, you have to activate each and every stuff. Okay, that's why I clicked on it, on this tool, and then I activated it, and then I click on that arrow. I have to choose a reference, and then I hit below current storage. So it means that you will see all the columns and stuff. Okay, so I select I have to select my roof and then extend it a little bit. So I have to go to this to offset the edge up to maybe the center of the columns, and then I also have to insert a new node so that I can cut. I want to cut it so that this part is not going to be shorted. Or let's cut it by this column, and then what I do, I offset it back. I offset it back to the wall like this, and then once I go to 3D marquee, so this is what I have. Okay, this is what I'm going to have. I will have something like this. So I really like to use a hidden roof, because that's what I prefer, which is very simple, and in terms of design it's cost effective. So this is that's what I'm going to use. I will go back to the ground floor, and then I go to selection marquee tool. I select the walls. I click on the wall, then I do Ctrl A for the walls, and then I'm like, okay, copy. I copy the walls. Let's see road, and then I go to the first floor, and then I'm like, okay, paste. I have to paste the walls again. Okay, and then I click on the side. So what I want to create walls, the parapet walls, and then I will select all of them again, my walls. I go to the Ctrl A, and then I give them maybe a different height. Okay, I don't want to link them to the current story. So I give them, let me give them, so they are linked. You can see that they are linked. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to not link them, okay? I don't want to link them. So if you link them, they have the same height. I will click on not link, and then this will turn bold, and then I will maybe choose to have let's say maybe 1 meter or 1.5, okay, parapet wall. And then in the model I also use a different color. The color that I really like to use, I like to use gray. I like to use gray color. Here's my gray, dark gray. Let's use this dark gray, and then I link them and I hit OK. If I hit OK and then I go to selection marquee, you will clearly see that I have a different type of, you know, wall on top, which is a parapet, and then the other objects like doors, windows are still there. So I will go back to my story, and then I'm like, okay, escape, and then I select. I also continue by using the selection marquee tool, and then I'm like, okay, I go to window, Control A, and then I delete. Okay, I delete the windows, and then I go to doors, Control A, I delete all them doors, and then I go back to my selection marquee. You can clearly see that it changed. Okay, now I have this. Okay, but we are still we don't have the parapet wall for the columns, and so I will have also to provide it. Okay, let us provide it by maybe copying this. Okay, like this, and then yeah, like this. So I have to create those parapet walls, and then so guys, let's look at what we created. Okay, so now once you go there, you will see that we have something more like, you know, like this. Okay, and then our roof is still, you know, at a higher slope. Okay, let's reduce it. Reduce it to reduce the. Let's give it maybe, let's say 5 maybe. Okay, good. And then these walls, in construction we don't have these interior walls once we are using this kind of parapet hidden roof. Okay, what we are going to do, then you can also clearly see that our columns are not touching, so it means their height is not the same as what we have, because they start from -2, and then let's say maybe starting from 0, and then they are going to hit our wall. Okay, now we have this. Okay, we have our house, which is more likely like this, very simple for teaching purpose, but your design will look different. You know, your design is going to look different. Okay, and then let's delete. We delete the unnecessary walls that we have into, let's delete them. Okay. Now this is what we have. We delete unnecessary all the unnecessary walls, we have to delete them. Okay. We delete all the unnecessary. Control Z. Okay, good. So this is what we have now. So this is what we have. This is what we have, a very simple, kind of residential, done in few minutes. So you will have to do your own stuff depending on the project that you guys are working on, okay? And then be precise. You have to be precise. Okay? You have to be precise, okay? So if you want maybe to add your extra designs, maybe you can also choose to have maybe this wall, and then maybe instead of 1 point something, you choose, let's say maybe 2 meters, maybe to go higher comparing to the others. Okay, and then you are like, okay, I also want this to go higher comparing to the others. So it's up to you to decide, okay, what you want, okay? So it's up